Today we're looking at this counterbalance model with a lift and rotate head assembly. This is for lifting drums up, turning them sideways to either empty them, clean them, or decant from them. First of all, with our rear wheel steering, we push the unit forwards and steer it towards the drum. It's very easy to manoeuvre. I line up the band with the drum. I then move forward and take these two straps, run them around the front, and they hook on to the opposite side of the band. With a simple hook, we just take the D-ring and hook it on. Initially they're very slack. We'll correct that now. So we take the strap, we pull the slack from here, so they're nice and snug, and we then use our ratchet to secure them. So one's tight, take the second one, pull the slack through. So I pull the slack through with one hand, and then we tighten them. Doesn't need to be overly tight, just nice and snug. We then come to the back of the unit, and we have a hand pump here. So we pump the handle. Once we're raised to height, we get our bar, and this is our crank handle, like this. And we simply hook this onto the device, and we then have a crank. We rotate this to tip the drum onto its side. We then remove this. I'm going to come around and check the parent container. Just make sure this is under our tap. We don't want to miss and spill it on the floor. Once we're lined up, I'm going to move that a little bit closer. We open our valve. We decant our material. When we're happy we've decanted some or all of the material into our second container, we can then rotate it back to vertical and get another drum. So again, we just do the reverse of what we did at the start. We take our crank handle, hook it onto the unit, and we then rotate it, returning the drum into the vertical. Once in the vertical, we unhook our bar. We then have a lowering handle on the back of the unit, and we simply twist this anti-clockwise to lower the drum to the ground. We can then release our ratchet straps and go and get another drum. This is a close-up of a ratchet strap mechanism. To secure it, we take our polyester strap, make sure it's tight by pulling the tail end. So we pull the slack end here, and we pull any slack out by hand first before we use the ratchet. Holding the tail with one hand, we take the ratchet and we crank it just so it's snug. We don't need to over tighten it. So just being like that, that's perfectly fine. To stow this, we pull the lever and push it in so it's flush against the drum. When we want to disconnect it, we pull the lever, move the handle out, keep pulling the lever, and pull it all the way around 180 degrees until it clicks. We then keep the lever pulled and pull the unit away, and you can see we've just generated a load of slack here. So we can now disconnect this strap from the other side and work on the bottom strap. A common use for this type of machine is cleaning the bottom of drums. This is very common in the pharmaceutical industry, where they want to ensure plastic drums are cleaned and disinfected before they're moved into a production area. Another way this unit can be used is for decanting material out of an open top drum. In this case, we've got a plastic Mauser drum with the lid removed. We can lift it to an ergonomic height, so it's at the level of my chest, and we can lift out product. If we've got a bag of material, with material inside, we can scoop it out into another container. So instead of having to bend down inside the drum when it's vertical, we can lift it to an ergonomic height and easily access what's inside and decant as necessary.